Hey cuties! So I was on TikTok and I was watching this girl, like, I don't even remember what she was doing, but anyway, she was like super cute and like half her hair was purple and half of it was blonde. And so I texted my sister and I was like, I just want to be like this. So I decided that I am gonna sit down and do my makeup for a minute. I just got home from work and then I washed my face and I was like, I'm gonna try do some emo makeup, so that's gonna be cool. If you're wondering why this spot on my face is like so red, it's because I had glitter makeup on today. And you know that like trick that people like put scotch tape down on their glitter makeup and then like pull it off and it pulls off the glitter? Well, I didn't have scotch tape. I had a lint roller, which is the same thing, right? And it's not the same thing. And it feels like I waxed my under eye, so that feels good. And we're still here with glitter on, so that didn't work the way that I wanted it to. So yeah, I was just gonna sit down. I've never really done my makeup like this before, so it's gonna be exciting. Sorry, this one's like poking in my window right now and hitting me in the eyes. So we're gonna go through this together. And Chris wasn't home, so I was like, I need some moral support. So that's why I'm on Facebook. It's been a day. So let's get started. I'm trying to decide what I want to do first. Eyes first, I guess. So yeah, I basically wanted to do like a really like smoky, blown out, like goth looking makeup, emo, dark. How I feel on the inside, I want that portrayed on the outside. I like really don't know what I'm doing, so we're just flying with it. Anyway, not an eyeshadow girl. Like, I'm just not that talented. So this is gonna be adventurous because I just don't do this. But anyway, tell me how you are. Tell me what you guys did today. I was at work. I did some posts on social media. I edited some pictures of houses. I also created a few postcards and things that I'm working on. I'm a marketer, for those of you that don't know, for a real estate company here in town called Anderson Hicks Group. And so I was working on some marketing stuff. This spot still hurts. Still haven't washed my brushes. Don't ask me how long it's been. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you. Which is disgusting, but we're not going to talk about it, okay? I get super scared when the dark colors start coming, so I'm also very annoyed with the sun coming in. Doing this. Okay, that wasn't as dark as I expected it to be. So if any of you do smoky, like dark eyes on the regular, I would like some tips. Because it's apparent that I don't do this often. I love getting shot in the face every 10 seconds by the sun. So my sister was recently in town. She was taking some pictures. Our company, the company that I work for, Anderson Hicks Group, does annual pictures, like family photos for clients of ours. So like if we have people that have worked with us in the past, we bring in a photographer and they get a free mini session. Anyway, so Reagan was our photographer, my sister, and so she was in town from Boise. And while we had downtime, she took some pictures with me. And I needed a new profile picture because mine was 6 years old, as much as that pains me to admit. I have like eye wrinkles and stuff now, which is cool. I didn't back then, but eye wrinkles are cool. It's fine. As long as they're like the nice kind from like smiling, you know? Those are the good kind of wrinkles. Except for, I've noticed I started to get kind of these ones here because I drive like this. And so that's, yeah, I should probably invest in some sunglasses because that's cheaper than Botox. But yeah, Reagan took some new pictures for me. And so I will soon change out that profile picture. And I think she's actually going to take some of me and Chris this weekend because she's coming back into town for her own pictures. But Chris doesn't know that yet, so if anybody else wants to be the one to tell him, I wouldn't be upset. I'm gonna go in with dark brown. I still have glitter everywhere. How is this possible? I feel like I need a picture or something to look at, so I know what I'm doing, because I don't know what I'm doing. I get these little bones for my dogs in my Amazon subscriptions. So we get 3 bones every other month. And I swear, so they come with like filling in them. And I swear that like the first day, all the filling is gone. And then they just chew on the bone for the rest of the month. But it gives Prada gas. She's already gassy. But like gross. She's the gassiest dog. My other 2, no gas ever. And like we got Prada and it's like, oh my gosh. Prada came with a lot of firsts, but we love her. Okay. We are successfully becoming more coonish. I don't know what I want to do with this. I just keep putting like more and more successively dark colors on my eyelid, so that's cool. Hi Reagan. This hoe is your sister. Can you tell me how to do a smoky eye while you're on here? Because I don't know how to do it. I'm trying to be emo, like that cute girl that I sent you in that TikTok. Like send me a picture or something. Also, if you guys like true crime, comment and tell me your favorite true crime things to watch and or listen to and or read. Lately I've been listening to the Without Warning podcast. Sounds really good. Sheila Wysocki is the host of that one, and I didn't realize until the 2nd season that that's the roommate of a girl that was murdered like back in the 80s. And she actually worked on her roommate's case for like ever. Yeah, now she runs her own podcast, but it's really cool. But she actually helped, like, as far as I know, she helped bring that murderer to justice, which I thought was kind of cool. Like, I don't know. Like, I wish I was that cool as a roommate. Like, can you imagine just being that like vengeful? I don't know. She's cool, okay? Reagan's tip for the smoky eye is to blend until your skin starts chafing. So I think we're about there. I feel like there's a fine line between looking like you got punched in the face and like having like a glam smoky eye. And I don't know how to walk that line. This is taking way too long. Like, hi Dylan, thank you. I'll tell Chris you said hi. But yeah, this is taking way too long. Who has time for this? Not me. My eyeshadow usually consists of like one color. since raccoons are on my mind, I was just thinking today, so I was looking in my backyard. So when we bought this house, one of the things that like sold it for me was that the backyard has a heated doghouse. And my dogs don't usually go in there. Finn does every once in a while, but I'm like really excited for the winter time because I feel like I can turn that on and like who knows how many stray animals I get to collect and like feed and take care of. I'm so excited for it. So if any animals are watching this, just know that you can come to my house during the winter time or right now if you feel like it, but it's kind of hot in my house right now. But like, I'll turn that on. You guys can have a nice hot meal. Put some water out there for you. Also, if you haven't figured it out by now, I spend most of my spare time on TikTok. It's hilarious, but send me your favorite TikTokers so that I can find them and watch them. I just like, I love things like that because people are so wildly creative. And I'm so glad that there are people out there that like share that with other people. Okay, I really like this like foresty green color, so I think we're just gonna put that there. I literally have never touched this color until now. And I've had this palette for like, I don't know, a year and a half. Kind of cool, I guess. It's coming together. I like can't get all the way into my inner corner because my nails. So we'll work on that in a second. I've come up with a hack for my long nail girls, and it's called get one of these like spongy things that you used in like the 90s and use that instead because it's kind of like your finger but kind of not. And then if you have long nails you can just go with it. Okay, that kind of works, right? It's like kind of smoky. Is that too colorful? I totally ruined this. I'm gonna leave that there for a second. We're gonna fix the face. Hey, Nowers. Oh, hi guys. All three of them came to greet me. So yesterday was Chris's birthday and he's been working like long hours. So he gets up at like 5 and then he goes to work and does this thing, and then he gets home at like, I don't know what time is it, 8, 9? What time is it? Whatever. Anyway, so he gets home and he's usually pretty tired. So he gets home last night. It's his birthday. I was like, you want to do anything special? Like, we could go out to eat. We could, you know, I don't know, like I could sing you happy birthday. We could take the dogs for a walk. Like I'm trying to like think of fun things to do, you know? And he's like, no, I'm just so tired. I was like, okay, well, what do you want for dinner? Like, do you want like a special birthday dinner? I can order us something. And he's like, I just want pizza. And we had like just had pizza on Sunday. And then he was like, I want pizza again. Well, Sunday and Monday, because you know how like there's leftovers, obviously. And so I was like, okay, like I can order pizza. So I order us pizza. And then like he eats his pizza. And like within 10 minutes, he's in bed asleep. I'm like, oh my gosh, like he's so tired. And so he had brought all the dogs into our room because he likes to do that. And he likes to test me sometimes and see if I'll just like leave them there, which usually I don't. But anyway, I was like, well, maybe I will. So it's his birthday and that would be like the nice thing to do. And in case he wakes up in the middle of the night and the dogs are there and they can comfort him. Anyway, so I'm like laying in bed on TikTok, obviously. And I look over and Prada is like being squished by Chris. Like she was like laying next to him, and he's like, so she's like 7 pounds, like she's little, she's a Pomeranian. And this is my white and tan and black one. Anyway, I look over and like Chris is like rolled basically on top of her, and like she is just thinking it's the best thing ever. Like she's totally smiling at me and like having the best time. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I like kind of shove Chris and I'm like, hey, get up, like you're on top of Prada, scoot over. He's like, okay. So he like rolls back over, and like Prada was kind of disappointed. I was like, he's gonna kill you, like you're 7 pounds. And so I think she got it at that point, obviously, because like we get each other. She knows when I'm talking to her. And so then he like is super tired and he rolls on top of her again. And I'm like, Chris, like get up. You're rolling on top of our dog. You're going to kill her. And he's like, oh, sorry, like asleep still. And anyway, I have some pretty funny pictures of her like being squished to death by Chris and then just having like the time of her life. And yeah, so that's how my night went. But she was loving it. She's funny. And like, we don't usually she's our only dog that we haven't let like sleep through the night with us in the bed. When we first had Chanel and she was a puppy, she was a super hard puppy, but anyway, she loved Chris and Chris loved her, and like she hated me. But we get along now, right? No? Chanel? Yeah, she still ignores me. Anyway, when she was a puppy, Chris brought her into bed after I was already asleep. And so I was asleep. I wake up in the middle of the night and she's chewing on one of my bobby pins right next to my ear. I'm like, oh, this is lovely. Thank you. Where she got the bobby pin, I don't know. It must have been like on my nightstand or on the bed or whatever. I was like, I don't know where you got this, but you need to go to sleep. And then Chris wakes up and he's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, your dog is chewing on my bobby pins while I am trying to sleep. He's like, oh, sorry. And then both of them fall asleep. Both the dog and Chris fall asleep. And I'm up for like the next 6 hours. I was like, why is this happening to me? So I was like the worst night of sleep ever. But anyway, Chris and Chanel have always been best buds, right, Nellers? Chanel? Hi, sweetie. What's going on? We get along fine now, I guess, but when she was a puppy, she did not like me, and I didn't really like her, if we're being honest. I mean, she was obviously like freaking cute, but she was a brat. I didn't mean to drag that down like I just did, but we'll fix it in a minute. Okay, so right now the eyeshadow, as I'm like filling this in, is kind of looking like I got punched in the face. So we shall continue on. Let's see if I can improve this. That's like kind of the look I want. Like I want it to look like punched in the face, but make it fashion, right? Is it just me, or was America's Next Top Model like the thing that you would watch when you stayed home sick from school? Whatever happened to Tyra Banks? She's still alive? She was still kicking out there? In case you haven't noticed, my lisp is gone. No, I left your house, Mommy, because I wanted to come say hi to my dogs, and they're here with me now. And I love you too. And I wasn't planning on doing this, but when I got home, Chris still wasn't home, and now I'm bored and tired and alone. So thanks for reminding me. My mom, you guys. Rude. Also, when I was watching TikTok last night, there's this girl that like, she basically had a wild bird. Like, she would like call it and it would just come to her and land in her hand. I was like, this is like Snow White. This is everything I want to be and more. So if any of you guys know how to like get wild birds to land in your hand and not kill you, I would like to know. Speaking of birds, the birds in my backyard are horrible. I feel like it's their life mission to make me really cranky in the morning. They don't have like nice songs. They have like freaking alarm clock voices, and it's not very nice in my opinion. Like, I don't go to their house and just start like acting like a psychopath, but anyway, they're like the ones that are like black and white, and they have like a little blue spot and kind of like long legs. Fendi hates them too. She'll like chase after them if she goes out to the bathroom, and they're out there, which is funny because they probably weigh more than she does. But I just wanted to do like dark makeup, and now having to do a whole face. You can't just like, you know, like when you go to the store to try on clothes, you can't try on clothes when you're makeupless because you're like, this looks horrible. Maybe that's just me, but I go to the store and I'm like, ew, this looks so bad. But if I like don't try it on and take it home and try it on with makeup, it's like, oh, this is, you know, fine. That's kind of how I feel about like eyeshadow. It's like, I can't just do the eyeshadow. I have to do like a full face of makeup. This eyebrow, good heavens. This is the one that always goes up in pictures too. It like just wants to destroy my life, which is fine. I'm growing rather fond of it actually. But I'm thinking it will probably get its own Instagram page. I'll call it Haley's Left Eyebrow. I'm totally kidding. It's not getting its own Instagram page. I have enough Instagrams that I don't keep up with. In case you haven't noticed. Maybe I'll just do an Instagram highlight reel of my left eyebrow. So Reagan and I were laughing on it because it's been a thing since I was like little. Apparently it just goes up. And I don't mean for it to, it just happens. And like, I can do it if I'm like watching myself do it, but I can't like feel it, if that makes sense. Like, I can't do it if I'm like not looking in a mirror or something. Or I can try, but I don't know if it's like actually happening. Okay, back to the eyes. These eyebrows are really crooked, but I already put away my pencil, so we're not going back. I don't care who you are or what you say, I'm not going back. I'll probably go back. Do the same thing on bottom as we did on top, maybe? Hey cutie, what you doing? Oh, okay, I'll pick you up. Just stop for a brief interruption. This Prada Beast has something to say. She still has marshmallow in her fur from like 2 weeks ago. So we're not going to talk about that though, huh? Yeah. So this is Prada. She likes eating things she's not supposed to, licking everything. She's really shy for the most part. She doesn't like new people that she hasn't been introduced to, but as soon as she's introduced to them, she does just fine. She pooped in my car the first time we met. My sister got her as a puppy, and when she was going through her divorce, we ended up taking her, and we love her to death, and we're so happy that she's a part of our family. But I went to go pick her up from Boise, and she got in my car and I sat her on the front seat, and I'm going 80 miles an hour down the highway, and she decides to poop in the passenger seat. So that's how we met. And I've loved her ever since, right, Beasto? She's like actually my best friend, so I love the crap out of her. Okay, I think that yellow was a mistake because now it's looking more like a bruise. That's fine. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't ever do my makeup this dark, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it because if it turns out okay, then maybe I'll come into work tomorrow with half purple hair, half blonde hair, and really dark makeup. I'm really hoping this goes together because I feel like a raccoon. I don't know about this, you guys. Is that not good enough? She has one of her bones in her mouth and she came in here apparently looking for a place to nest so that she could eat it. And she crawled into the corner of this closet back here and spun around once and then walked away. It's like, okay, well, picky. If anybody knows of anybody that's like casting for a dead person, I'm ready. I have a black eyeliner that I literally never use. And then the other day I was like, oh, I should buy like a black eyeliner. That would be cool. So I bought another one that I literally never use. Like, why am I the way that I am? Okay, so jury's still out on this one, but it's kind of a cool concept. So, sorry, I'm getting dog hair off my shirt. Lash glue and liner hybrid. So you just apply it like a liner, but it's also a lash glue. I've used it a couple of times. And I will say, I had trouble with one of the pairs of eyelashes that I had because the band was just a little bit too stiff and the glue wasn't strong enough to kind of hold down that inner corner. I don't know how I feel about it for like lashes that aren't perfectly shaped to my eye. So if you have some like well worn in eyelashes, they will probably work a little bit better for you. Or like a lash that doesn't have as stiff of a band. And I was so excited for this to come in the mail because it had such good reviews on it. And so I had it shipped Sephora flash shipping or whatever, which is supposed to take like a day. Like I think it ships from Salt Lake City and it ships UPS. So usually it gets here in one day, sometimes two if they're like walking it here. Anyway, it took 10 days, 11 days to get to me and I was so frustrated. I'm pretty sure I sent Reagan the shipping updates like every day. And I was like, excuse me. Except for, of course, I'm never gonna say that to Sephora. Like, hi, it's me, Haley. I ordered something 6 years ago and you guys never sent it. Hi, sweetie. What you doing? Oh, they need to be groomed so bad. I usually take them to PetSmart, but they're like, they've been weeks out because of COVID. So if you guys have a good dog groomer in Idaho Falls, I've taken them to Paw Spa and Shelly and she was like freaking fantastic, but I just can't be bothered to drive all the way to Shelly. That and PetSmart charges like an arm and a leg. They're like, oh yeah, it's $40 for like a bath and a haircut or whatever. I'm like, okay, great, I'll pay that. And then by the end of it, it's like, yeah, this was $200. I'm like, oh, good. I loved the PetSmart in Nampa. They were so, so sweet. And the ones here have been good too, but the ones in Nampa were just like unbelievably kind. And like I would cut my dog's hair myself, but I accidentally cut Prada one time and that was traumatizing, even though she was like totally fine and she forgave me like in an instant. I was traumatized. And I bought her a new chipmunk toy that she carries around all the time now. I'm like, I know you still remember. And you're gonna hold it over my head. Just gonna bring it up at the worst possible time. I just know it. Actually, I'm gonna put one more swipe of this liner on. Can you not burp on my Facebook Live, please? Oh, she also loves these little beauty sponges. These ones. She digs them out of my garbage. She also likes to collect other sorts of trash. I don't even want to know what's under my bed right now because I know that that's like her lair where she keeps everything. There is a little bit of a learning curve with the glue liner hybrid. If you're used to putting your eyelashes on with just glue, you'll get used to it. Okay, one eye's done. See, that looks better. It's getting there, right? I still look dead. It looks horrible on camera. All right, well, this is not the look for tomorrow. But at least we ruled it out so that I didn't get ready tomorrow morning and decide to not go into work. I have one dog that acts like a cat. I'm not really sure where she came from. She's my little one. She's 4 pounds soaking wet on a good day on a full belly. Excuse me. Anyway, so she's really small. I think it's because she came from a litter of 5, and usually they only have like 3 or 4 babies. And what's funny is she had a little sister that was even smaller than she was. Fendi's really small, and she acts like a cat. Like, if I have like my legs crossed and my foot is up in the air, insane. She'll like come under my foot and like start giving herself pets on the back. And it's really cute and I love her so much. But I just think it's funny, like, and like, you know how cats will like jump like up on your leg and then like stretch themselves out? She does that. None of my other dogs do that. So we're convinced she might be part feline. Okay, I'm thinking it's this little issue here. I think I need to add some like brightness inside. Because I still look like I'm dead. Which is fine, like, I mean, on, you know, maybe a different day, like Halloween. My husband came home yesterday and I was like, today felt like Halloween. He's like, what? like you can like smell it, like it feels like Halloween. It smells like Halloween out there. It's like, okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm just adding to the chaos. All right, somebody help me. I don't really know what that did, but I kind of like it. Okay, I feel like we're getting somewhere. Okay, kind of see what I mean though, like on this gluey edge here. Like, it just doesn't quite want to stick the way that I want it to. Like, okay, I like where this is headed. You guys are like, oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the Daybell Vallow case. I've been very interested to see what goes on with that. It sounds like Lori's brother was maybe the killer, but I don't know for sure. He pinged in some suspicious places, but that could just mean that he assisted. But anyway, I've been watching that, and there was also a blog post circling around not too long ago about the Dior Kunz case from a psychic, and I was reading it. She basically like calls on the dead. I know this sounds like really funky. I feel like adding that black liner actually kind of helped. the black liner and then the black shadow on top of it. Anyway, so this psychic blog kind of threw me down a rabbit hole, and so I was like looking at some of her other cases that she's done, and she did the Susan Powell case. That happened back in 2009. I don't know if any of you guys remember that, but it was down in Utah, and she disappeared, and then her husband took her 2 boys and was supposed to have like a scheduled visitation with like a court appointed person. Anyway, court appointed person brought the boys over. He grabbed the boys, locked himself inside, and then blew up the house with him and the kids inside. But Susan Powell was missing. So I was reading the psychic's blog post on her case because they never found Susan Powell's body. And like, say what you will about psychics. I personally believe that some people have gifts. And some people like to exploit the fact that some people have gifts. So whether or not this lady is real or fake, to be determined. But anyway, she basically talks to these people. In her Susan Powell blog post, she was like talking about where the body's hidden. So after I read that blog post, I searched for her body for 6 hours on Google Earth. So here's the thing though. So she remembers like a 76 station and like a drainage ditch. But the thing is, and it was like only an hour away from her house or something like that. That's what Susan said. So I was like looking, and there's only like 2 or 3 76s within the entire state of Utah. One of them I think used to be a 76 station and is no longer. One of them is in Tremont, or close to. It's like just north of Tremont, right off the highway. And that one is approximately an hour and 15 minutes from her house. And I was like, ooh, maybe this is it. And there's like some woods and stuff. But here's the thing. She thinks she's buried under mud. And when she was killed-ish, it was in December. And I checked the weather history because I'm a freak. And it was below freezing. So my question is, how did he bury her anywhere with a frozen ground? And if it's muddy, it would have had to have been like by a body of water, I'm thinking. Anyway, so if you go north, you look at Google Earth by Tremont, however you want to say that. It's like a little bit north of there. There's a 76 station, and then you turn, and like Susan wrote out like a map or whatever for this psychic lady. And this map is literally like a line that goes across and then it goes up and then it like is a line again. I'm like, thanks, Susan, for that information. So regardless of if that was real or not, and this psychic actually talked to Susan, I would like the authorities to know that I think that they should look up north of Tremont, close to whatever river. I think it's the Malad River that's over there. She's probably buried there. I felt like the guy in that one meme with like the bulletin board. I don't know what he's from, but that's like legit what I felt like that day. And I was like explaining to my coworker Liz, I was like, look at what's going on. I just really like true crime. There's something about it that like makes my mind hurt because I want all the answers, you know? Oh, but anyway, 3 hours later, I'll get back to the story. Oh, this psychic was also saying that she talked to Tylee, and that Tylee said that Chad had way more involvement than people have figured out. So I'm interested to see how this all played out. I feel like I'm becoming more fond of this look. I might go back and brighten that up. Also, I don't know if you guys have been watching beauty community drama that's been unfolding, but that's been interesting. I was watching that and I was like, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen. And then I was like reading, so she was like pretty bent out of shape about everything. And then I was reading the comments because that's what I do. And people were like super rude about it. It's like, okay, well, that's cool. Okay, see how this like doesn't want to stick? Anyway, just reapplying this liner. I would say that this is time saving, but I feel like I have to apply the liner like 7 times for this to stick. So I'd rather just use the liner that I normally use and use eyelash glue. That being said, I've never like watched any of Shane Dawson's content, so I don't know like what he's all about. I've watched plenty of like criticism of him from different YouTubers that I usually watch. So if you guys want to catch me up to speed on what he does and like his gig, that would be fine. Still don't know how I'm feeling about this. I like kind of like it, but kind of not. What do you think? Also, if anybody has black lipstick and enjoys whatever brand their black lipstick is, let me know what it is, because I would like to invest in some of that. Because I saw another girl that was wearing black lipstick on TikTok and I was like, yeah, I want to look like that. Should I put on a lip? Ooh, brown. Let's try it. Why not? I just want Halloween to be here. I don't like the summertime. It's too hot. There are bugs everywhere. Although there is this nice little spider that hangs out on my window at work. I kind of like him. This is more purple than I thought it was. It's okay. Okay, also going back to true crime, what I want to know is why they aren't treating Chad Daybell's house like a crime scene, like the entire thing. I mean, I know that we're all thinking it, but like if he did kill Tammy, then wouldn't like the inside of the house be a crime scene too? All right, well, that eye look didn't go as well as I'd hoped, but that is my first time using that lip and I do kind of like it. I kind of feel like Marilyn Manson. Also, do you guys remember when, what's his name? Charles Manson? Is that the cult freaky dude? Remember when he died, or yeah, I think he died, and then everybody thought it was Marilyn Manson, and so like a bunch of people were posting on Twitter like R.I.P. Marilyn Manson. It's one of my very favorite memories. It's up there with when people got Rachel Ray and Rachel Roy confused when that whole thing was going on with Beyonce, and people were like attacking Rachel Ray on like her recipes on Instagram. Still one of my favorites. Yeah, so I think we're gonna leave that. I don't know why I did like a middle part. I don't ever do a middle part. So I'm gonna go be lonely somewhere else, and thanks for hanging out with me. See you guys later.